Alright, from South Plains Lanes in Lubbock, we're here for the title matches of today's JBT event. Someone's going to win their first career scratch title. This Daniel Hall's playing Carson Opela. Neither one had a handicap win back in that portion of their careers. This is Carson's second scratch title match. He finished second in Flagstaff last month. This is Daniel's first trip to a scratch finale. He missed a spare there in the second frame, which means he trails by 12 to Carson, who's gone strike spare on a pretty high scoring day. We'll see if anyone can get a big string together here. See whether the playable lanes will overcome the sure to be nerves or the other way around. You could say advantage Carson because he's at least got that one previous title match under his belt, but then you can also say advantage Daniel because he's bowling at home. Oh man, real good shot from Carson as he leaves a solid 9 there. Plus 69 cut today. We had a roll-off between Zach and Zach. Guess who won? Zach. That's Wojo over Harvey. Then they played Super Survivor until then, where the lowest game is out and then the lowest overall total is out. 2 by 2 down until these were the only 2 remaining. Nice job with the spare from Carson. Handicap bowlers bowling their round of 6 right now. 6 bowlers will go down to 4. That's what they're off to here on their left. We're already done with the girls' scratch title as Krista Carlisle struck in the 10th to beat Eileen Linares. We'll see more of Eileen later today as she's still got the U17 title match to go against none other than Daniel. So, see Carson playing right up the second arrow. His A game is to play hard and straight down the boards, and that catered to it today. You can play wherever you wanted today. Stand left, go right, have fun. And the fella's been knocking on the door. He would love to get that first win here, but then again, so would Daniel, who eats, breathes, sleeps, bowling, bowling, bowling. Strike here would get him back within 1 pin through the 3rd frame. Nice shot, but a 4 pin. Got to make those spares though. He'll learn that quickly. How many title matches are lost by a 9 miss, not by a failure to strike. Eileen had a chance to win all 3 of the 4 tournaments today as she made the scratch cut in the girls and the U17 that we talked about. Couldn't win the handicap though. Couldn't do all 4 at once. Very good. So your first card in. So same deal as before. Handicap bowlers turning in their scorecards. Woo! And Hall barely covers up that 4 pin. You got to make your spares, right? You can hide all you want. I'm going to record you for a whole game in about 10 minutes. Just want to make sure that was clear to you. Oh boy.
You still have that sanity cheat for the people?
What's your problem?
You still have that sanity cheat for the handicap?
Turn around. It's on their pedestal. Paul's going to take a re-rack here and regroup. Get that breathing under control. Alright, so you're the second card in, so we don't know anything quite yet. Always fantastic hospitality out here in Lubbock. Jimbo Evans and his crew really support tournament bowling at all levels. Had the PBA extra frame stop here. Tricky little spare, 245. He dropped that ball on his thumb and paid the price for it. 2 opens to 5 frames. Kicks the chair on International Web TV. He'll be proud of that later on, I'm sure. Naughty, 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 Daniel. Carson's got to jump all over this. Oh, and instead he pipes that one a little fast and leaves a bucket of his own. Well, no loss of count. He's got to get that spare. So Colton, that is definitely not the lowest game, and that's not the lowest series, so you are indeed safe. Lowest series at that point. And that's not the lowest game or the lowest series, so you are They're safe. They're in the top 4. Now this stroke is obviously not the lowest game, but it's still technically the lowest series, so I'm not sure let's get through the 206. Could be a putter. I don't think it'll be Carson. So after missing that puck, he recovers with the strike. 87 through 5 is good for a 13-pin lead. That hasn't happened very often today. The scores have been very high. No honor scores, but plenty of 270s in there. And I think the nerves so far are trumping the lane condition. Understandable. When you really want it, sometimes you've got to forget the fact that you really want it. It seems counterintuitive, but that's how it is. Nice shot from Hall. The boys matching strikes in the 6. Maybe the nerves are done now. Now they'll bowl like they've been doing all day. Carson sitting at plus 207. That's without any bonus pins at all through his 8 games. So clipping along 225 base, while Hall at 171 over 220 himself. Looking for that key double. He's got it. First double of the match belongs to Hall. He crawls back into within 4 pins with that key 2-bagger there in the 6th and 7th. We'll see if Opela can now answer the heat that Hall puts on him. Audrey, let's see what we got here going on. 230 minutes, not the lowest game. 230 and Carson, 211 is not the low game. 416 is you are safe. Afraid so. Despite Colton has 277 and he bows out. Toughie. Colton Carpenter had the highest game of that handicap round right there, but 277 with pins, it couldn't quite make up the difference. But the big story right now is that big split from Carson. Hall is barely containing himself. Camera left. Well, let's see what Carson does here. The count is tied. I would go for the 2 here, but he's a very accurate bowler. This is close. Oh, and he makes it! Yes, sir! That's getting your count. Get all 3 in the 10. Huge conversion to maintain the lead in this match. But now Hall can tie it right back up. Here, the 7 count made the overall count even. And Hall has a chance to make this all square if he can make it 3 in a row on the 8th. And he's going to have to time out and reset himself. I don't blame him right there. If Carson goes on to win this, he will never forget that split conversion right there. What a clutch shot.
I am on your side. You have 2 more games to pull.
Wow. And in the face of all that noise that the crowd making that split conversion, Hall runs up there and pures it. And guess what? We got ourselves a 2-frame roll-off. All square headed into the 9th and 10th. Biggest shots of both these guys' careers. And again, he's going to time out. Still bugging for the camera in the 9th frame of a title match. It does. 4 in a row, and the lead is Hall's. And the advantage is Hall's now too, because now he's got the double working, so he can max out for 224. The best Opela can do is 214. See if he's got his emotions back in check after that big split conversion. Boy, Taps out the 8-10. Foundation ninth, but he's going to most likely have to have this first one here in the 10th. Right now he makes, if he stays clean, he makes Hall stay clean. Wow. For untested bowlers to come up here in the 10th frame, in the later frames, and just start puring the balls is really, really impressive. Whoever wins this one is going to have earned it, for sure. All trying to just think about himself down there. Opela in the 2-0s is for the 2 teams. Stands up a little. Oh! Wow. He liked it. It's important that he makes the spare because count could definitely be a factor in this scenario. Spares is 203. And guess what? 9 spare strike is over on the other side. 203. All kinds of tie possibilities. Important fill, and he's got it. Nice game from Carson, but whether it will be enough or not lies on the right paw of one Daniel Hall right now. Strike, and he's a JBT champion. 9 spare strike, we have a tie. Anything less than a 9 on this ball, and Carson Opela is a JBT champ. Wowee. Drama in Lubbock.
You got a shot, Daniel.
Alright, after the re-rack, here we go. Tie. Ooh, boy. 4-pin, Carson stands up. He knows he can't lose in regulation. That's 1 out of 2 deep breaths. Going to take Daniel. If Daniel loses, it's got to go back to that 9 miss back in the 2nd. But obviously that should be the last thing on his mind right now. Spare strike to tie would initiate a 1-shot roll-off. Has the spare. Well, Krista Carlisle threw the strike to win by a pin against Eileen earlier. Now we need a strike in the 10th to tie 2 non-winners at 203. 1-shot raw, and Carson has the higher overall pinfall total, so he would have the options in that 1-shot roll-off. Deep breath, here we go. It's good. We're tied!
Didn't count that 1 on the spare twice.
So folks, this is a 1-shot roll-off to break the ties. Carson had the higher pinfall, so he had the choices. Elected to go first on the right-hand lane. It'll be 1 shot, then Daniel will follow him on the right-hand lane. If they tie after that 1 shot, the order stays the same, but the lane will flip-flop.
Wow.
All right, all tied up at 203. Carson is elected to begin the roll-off for 1 shot. He'll go first on 38. Daniel will follow him on 38. 1 ball. What a nice ball. Remember, it's a relatively long time since Carson last threw a shot. Carson finished his 10th, waited for Daniel to fill a full 10th, and then go through the explanation of the tiebreaker. And Carson, for the second time, is in a can't-lose situation. The worst he can do is force a second roll-off if Daniel can come up with a strike here.
So your order is ready.
High-pressure stuff. Let's see what Hall can do. It's there. He's got it. Both bowlers equal to the challenge. It's 10 versus 10. We'll do it again on the left-hand lane. My flight leaves a Sunday night at 8 p.m. We got at least that long to cover this, so, you know, we'll be doing this a while. There again, 10 in the pit. I told you the lanes were pretty playable today. Early nerves in the title match and nothing but clutchness since. I think it's definitely the right move by Opela to go first, by the way. For the third time today, Carson in a can't-lose situation and Daniel in a must-strike situation. To stay alive, it looks good. Oh! A ringing 10 and a long-awaited first title. And a great job by both bowlers. Well, Daniel Hall bowls like that, he's going to get his win soon. But if you didn't think that he was waiting a long, long time for that, the reaction tells the story. My goodness. Hope they got great stuff coming from the 4 handicap finalists, and Daniel will be back in the U17 match as well. So we'll see what happens then. My goodness.